So they migrated to the Earth, and it was full of dinosaurs. And they found ways to avoid getting eaten by the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs got wiped out by asteroids anyway. So the question is, going to Mars is the first step. The moon is just part of the Earth. They said that everything on the moon had an origin probably on the Earth. You can find large quantities of everything on the moon, on the Earth. So that means that one time there were two moons, and at least one of them is still there, and one is not there anymore.
The gray ones, or perhaps?
So there's a lot of discoveries coming out of this. This is satellites and
There it is. Yeah, it's
people on Mars, and
yeah. Well, it makes sense though that again we're all united. You know that we're all related to each other, whether it's out in space or it's aliens or animals. So.
well, if you dig up the skeleton of a dinosaur, can you say that we are related to that?
Oh, of course. Well, think of that video that shows the bacteria turning into the lizard, or the fish that turns into a lizard, that turns into, that comes on land, and it goes back in the ocean, it comes back on land. Like, it, you know, I thought that's all been proven.
Well, what I heard on another program was that life originated on Mars, but Mars got too hot. It was too close to the sun and it got too hot. And some Martians built a spaceship and came to the Earth. Maybe they were dinosaurs, or something like that. But whatever they were, the stuff that you find on Mars and the stuff you find on the Earth, the very same chemicals. So how far into Earth, how far can this go? Into other universes we find all the same chemicals?
Yeah, it's too coincidental. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too
What are you
coincidental.
missing right now?
But I wonder, but when we die, what happens then? I mean, where does that energy go? Does it just get reassembled?
We go back to the original elements that created the first
But what about the soul?
of the soul.
Because if we're animated,
That's a total fiction, fictitious. Just like God is fictitious. There is no God and there is no soul, at least. The soul is something
well, but you have, so,
that people don't want to die. And they would say, yes, something will live on. Your soul will live on. Even though your body dies,
did you ever feel like your mom was with you after she died, or your dad?
no,
You never felt like you could feel their spirit or anything like that?
not at all. Except what I remember what happened when she was alive. And that's reality. I remember Norma, and I remember all those things, even things when I was the same age as your daughter.
Yeah. Right. Well,
Because I had very similar hobbies as she does. My father was an artist,
hey, so we're gonna crack some eggs. Can you help me?
and
Yeah, I
I
wanna
watched
do
my
it.
father,
Oh,
Norma
what did
watched
you
my
eat first?
father,
No, I
and
wanna
he
do
had
it.
beautiful, pencil drawings, just incredible, beautiful. And many of those, I don't know what happened to them, but in the garage in Baldwin, there was a lot of them rolled up.
Right.
There were pencil sketches of various things in his life.
Well, there are some weird stories about not reincarnation, but, well, there's somebody who was like a World War II pilot, and his plane went down, he died, and there are children who've been born who have memories, and who even lead people, this has all been documented, to the town where their wife was, or where, and details about when they're, 6 years old, about how they died, and it checks out. They've even like met the families and had reunions that were very cathartic. So, yeah, here, why don't we, can you separate the yellow? Do you remember how to put the yellow in?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
It's called the yolk.
We only want the white part. So if you can put the white part there and the yellow part here, Sierra. Meringues, you can't do any yellow. It's just.
Okay, that's stores in the yellow bowl, that clear stuff, like water. But in the middle, there's the yolk, which is yellow, and that goes in the other container.
So, this will be interesting. Here, let's do the, okay, the white stuff in here and the yolk in here is pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of parents will give kids a fake, fake things to cook,
What
but
is
French
this?
parents give them real things to cook. Just put it right here. Good job, Sue. Oh, that's great. It's only white. Okay, can you put the white, pour it in here?
White?
Just the white. Those are the yellows. Just the white. Can you pour? Good job.
What was in here?
Cheese.
Cheese, oh, cheese.
Yeah.
You didn't want to put cheese in here.
Okay, here's another one. So 2 eggs. Sorry, I have to keep track of how many eggs we're using. Just the white, and then yellow goes in there. What did I do with mine? Oh, I have the yellow in there as well. Okay. Yeah, this has to be very clean, and they say if you use a plastic bowl, it won't work. It won't set up right. So, this is the basics of French cooking. This one, no yellow. Well, there's intuition. There's something that links humans together, and even, dogs, I guess, who same for their owners. There's something sometimes they know.
Where's my napkin?
And,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. With these kids, they've, there's a lot of stories saying that they remember all these details, and what explains that? Why does the body remember if there's no soul? Why can they remember these details? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why spirit on that one?
You mean from a previous life?
Yeah. What explains that?
Somebody said, the mosquito you just killed was your grandfather?
Well, maybe not that, but why do these people remember the past lives? And it checks, and the detail checks out. It's not made up. Why the coincidence? Oh, sorry, you ready for another one?
Well, people go into rooms and empty houses, and they say,
Oh, John.
I can remember a
Oh,
party.
shoot.
I remember a party in this room with the pictures and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Turnips.
So the thing is that
Yeah, we can't just pour it in here, or maybe I should do it
You do
if you're very.
we are aware of things that we're not aware of. I mean, our brain
Okay, we have to wash it out now.
Our brain can,
Rinse it out.
a brain can imagine things without us, we're not being conscious of that. And then they call that the soul.
Mhm. Well, our cells remember. Maybe our cells. Well, then it goes back to energy. Because carbon still stays. It's carbon when you die, right? It just goes into the earth, and it becomes soil. But could the carbon? Could
Well,
the
your
molecule
bones become
remember?
potassium or calcium,
Mhm.
and the blood becomes carbon and liquid water, and a few other things, and everything goes back into nature, yeah. So it all goes back
But
into...
what if the molecules could remember something? Molecules, atoms have a nucleus. They somehow know to carry out certain processes.
Well, a molecule is a number of atoms.
the cooking. Yes.
Look, can you ever try it this way? Let me show you.
Wow.
That's harder to do that. Okay. You have to whip it. That's called whipping it.
Let's see. So I think I've done 2 of our eggs didn't work out, so 2, 4, 6. Okay, we have at least 6 eggs here. And to 6 eggs, I need how much sugar?
Now these eggshells can become fertilizer, you know. It's calcium. Plants use calcium. So plants like eggshells, if you can grind it up small enough.
Yep. Oh, salt, I need salt. Okay, get some salt.
Look, Mommy,
Cream
I'm
of
mixing
tartar.
this up.
Oh, you are? We can make a really big omelet.
Yeah. But
Let's whip it a little bit. Let's whip it.
Uh-oh.
There. If you whip it enough, it'll all mix together and you won't be able to separate it anymore. You gotta whip it though to make it all mix together.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the whipping part with this. But these are 6 eggs. Well, this is kind of a trial because we have to do more tomorrow.
Mhm.
And St. Patty's Day is coming up, and
Pouty's Day? Who's Pouty's Day?
St. Patrick's Day, and
Oh, my
they have a party at her school, so I have to think of something to cook. And if these turn out okay, then maybe I'll do this. But, so I haven't perfected this recipe. The first time they came out well, but I don't remember exactly how I did it. The second time, they were mutants, and then this time, they got better off this time. Of course, I am distracted, but
You need a shamrock. Can you make a shamrock?
yeah. I mean, for St. Patrick's Day, I just need something green.
Mom, what can I
Well,
do?
shamrocks are very Irish.
For my bowl?
Yeah. Brendan has Irish in
What can
him
I do with my
on his
bowl?
mom's side.
What can I do with my bowl?
You can put that in there if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a Bing Crosby movie yesterday.
Sit down.
Bing Crosby was 100% Irish.
Oh, yeah?
Crosby, yeah.
I need some.
And he went to Ireland because somebody stole the rock.
Oh, this
With
one's different. The rose,
The rose,
the Blarney Stone, Blarney Stone, was
the
that?
Blarney Stone, yeah. Somebody stole the Blarney Stone.
1 8 teaspoons.
It turned out to be the sheriff's deputy did it.
Oh.
In the meantime, there was a beautiful Irish girl named Anne Blyth, and Bing Crosby singing songs, and other people there all.
No.
Mom, what else can I do?
Well, that's.
What are these? What do you do with these things?
I eat.
Oh, you eat them? You don't mix them in there with the eggs? No. I don't know. Your mama's going to give you something to mix in there.
Yeah, well, still remember when we're done, we use the bag and we squeeze it out.
Yeah, but what can I do?
So you have to wait. You can go play for a while, or you can
No,
draw for a
I want to
while.
do something with this.
Well, I don't have time to shred any cheese for you.
I don't want to.
Want me to try to open it? I can open
I
it.
got it.
I'm a good opener.
Yeah, men are good for that.
But
One good thing.
Makes you feel
I
needed.
want some of
Yeah.
that vinegar.
Oh no, this is not vinegar. This is vanilla.
I want some of this.
Not the
I'm
eggs.
wondering if I should tell your mother I was here or not.
If it'll make her mad, don't.
I don't know. I don't know if it'll make her mad or what.
You know the weather report.
Okay.
But I was going to give you some meringues, so we'll have to find an excuse for that. Okay, so what kind of form is this? Liquid or solid or gas?